Okay, problems 31 and 32 are very similar. They basically give you a function in graph form and say which equation is best represented by this graph. And all the answer choices are in slope-intercept form. Well, remember, in slope-intercept form, right, this slope-intercept y minus y1 and where y1 and x1, y1 is the given point. If the point is positive, in other words, both x and y are positive, then because of the negative sign in front of them, they end up being negative inside the equation. If they are negative, in other words, if they here, which is negative 2, negative 3, then the x will end up being positive, and y will end up being. So, say this was the point. 2, 3. Say the slope was 5. Then this equation would be y minus y1, which is negative 3, equals slope 5 times x minus x1, which is negative 2. That's why they end up being positive, the opposite sign of what the point is, because you're subtracting a negative here, which is y plus 2. But if they're positive, you'd end up subtracting the positive. So it end up being negative. Anyway, so that's why that kind of works like that. But probably, there's two ways to do a problem like this. Now, let me just give you a fake equation. Y plus 1 is equal to x minus 3. So you can tell what the slope is. I did it here, it's right there. Slope is 4/3. So it's positive 4/3. The point that it goes through, x equals 3, because that's a negative, and y is equal to negative 1, because that's a positive number, not the sign. So it goes through the point 3, negative 1. So 1, 2, 3, it goes through that point right there, 3, negative 1. And the slope is 4/3. So that's one way you could do it. And then you look at the graph and see, does that point go through it, and does the slope match? So you really have to match the slope and the point. Another way to do it, this might be easier, but it will take a little bit longer, is put the equation, put all four of the answers right in the Desmos here. I told you y plus 1 is equal to 4/3. Okay, and that's what it looks like. Okay, so you can put that in and say, does that match the graph they gave me? If so, then that's the answer. If it doesn't, go to the next one. And you can put all four in at the same time. Is it that one? See, just notice the slope is the same, so they're going to be parallel. But I've changed the point. Now it's negative 3, positive 1. Negative 3, positive 1. Yeah, this one is positive 3, negative 1. Here. So you can put all 4 points at the same time and see which one matches, or you do it one at a time. Or you can look at the points and try and match the slope. Any of those methods will work for basically 31 and 32. Okay, for number 33, let's look at this. A store owner has 10 cases of soda. Okay, so basically, how many does he have? If each case holds 24, the Y know X is 24. So y is that's 240. Now, if you removed, say, 5 cans from one case, what's the equation that would kind of reflect that? Okay. So you know he has 10 cases, 24 each. If you remove 5 sodas from one of the cases, what does he have? So y is equal to 10x. You took 5 away. And that's it. So if you wanted to count them, it's 24 times 10, 240 minus 5. He has 235 left. But the equation itself is just the total amount minus what he took away. And that's it. Okay, for number 34, a little bit tricky, but it's not too bad if you use your brain. Okay, I'm just going to give you a fake table here that's not part of the number 34, but I'm going to 30, 20, I could go on, but I'll just go with these two. Okay, so if you're going to have a problem like this, if you look at the 4 answers, there's 2 different slopes. So first thing is, if you can figure out the slope, you can rule out 2 of the answers. Okay, so let's do that first. Let's figure out what the slope is. So go to this plus sign, put in the table, and you only need 2 points out of the table. So I'm just going to put in 2 points. So I'll put in minus 30, minus 350, minus 20, minus 200. Okay, and then I use that same thing I used before, y1 tilde n x plus b. Now, if you look, there's the y-intercept 100, we don't care. There's the slope, 15. If you look at the 4 answer choices, if I made this multiple choice, I'd say 2 of them would have a slope of 15 and 2 of them would have a slope of 1 over 15. Okay, so just by calculating the slope, you can rule 2 of those things out. It's all in point slope form. You can rule out 2 of the answers. Okay, now once you've done that, then remember that the slope intercept form, y minus y1, and slope, which we already said here, x minus n. Okay, because all these points are negative on the table, that's why that means when we put them into this formula, they're going to end up being positive. So y minus y1, say 350, y minus negative 350 is actually y plus 350. It's equal to slope, which we said is 15 times x plus 30. It's minus negative 30. So that's what that would look like. And you look at the answer choices and see which one you can make match. Okay? So that's how you do number 34. By now you should be used to the y equals mx plus b. A lot of the time it's either you should really write it y is equal to b plus mx. Okay? Even though b is the y-intercept, it's really the starting point for the initial value. Okay. So if I start out with 100 gallons in my tank, I'm driving a big truck, and I'm using a 5 gallons per hour, what does my equation? So many gallons I have left at any given point. Start to the 100. And because I'm using it up, it's going to be a negative slope. So I'm subtract 5. X is going to be the number of hours. So if I drive for 1 hour, I need 5 gallons. So 100 minus 5, I've got 95 left. Okay, that same analogy can be applied to number 35, though it's not talking about fuel or anything like that. It's basically talking about the thickness of the ice. But the same analogy, what is your starting point? Are you adding to it or are you taking away from it as time goes on? And that's how you do that problem. Okay, number 36, that's a table, and they're saying which function represents the same relationship. All you have to do is go here, go to the table. Since it's linear, you don't even need to put the whole table in. You just need 2 of the points. Okay? I'm not going to put these values in, but I'll just pick up 5 and let's go 8. Okay? Then go to that utility function, drive on, and it tells you what the slope is and what the y-intercept is. So my numbers didn't quite come out nicely, but basically I have to say, we know that this is 1 1/3, 1 3 thirds, it's 4 thirds. This is 3 1/3, so 3 2 so 10 thirds. So basically you can say this equation is y 4 thirds plus, okay. But for number 36, put in any of those 2 points and they'll give you the slope of the y-intercept. And then you just get right from there, right the equation. Done. Okay. Chances are those numbers will be a lot better than the numbers, but that's how you do it. Okay, number 37, which is the last one, it's a little difficult. You know how to manipulate linear equations, it's not too bad. Here's the way that it occurs, and it occurs different ways. Say you have a slope of maybe the first thing to do is convert that to improper fraction. So 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3 is 7. It's the same as -7. Okay. What that means is, if you remember the shortcut, it means standard form, slope is A divided by B, change the sign. Okay. Well, here we're going backwards. We know the slope. So look at it. A, B, sign's negative, so you make it positive. So you say, oh, that must mean 7x plus 4y. In this case, we'll make it negative. So say your 4 answer choices are 7x plus 4y. So the slopes are the same for all of them, so that doesn't help. Okay. But what you do next then is take the points. Say the point I gave you, 8. That means x is negative 8. X is 8, y is negative 4. So what you do is you plug them in to the x or the y. Plug in 8 there. Plug in negative 4 here. 8 times 7 is 56. 4 times 8, 4 is negative 6. 56 times 16 is 40. make it positive. Okay, so basically you plug it in and see which one makes it true. And that's really what it comes down to. Plug in the X and the Y, and see which one makes it true. So, you know, if they've got 4 different anchors, they've got 4 B's. The number here is 2 and 1. Plug in the X and Y and see. That's the way I would do it. Might be another way. That way I'm that's also I'm not sure. And it's one smoke, but I don't know how. Anyway, that's it. That's number 37. I hope all of these help. And